Hi there, fans, friends, people in the network marketing industry who want to build a um, bigger than themselves team. This is the place. You've come to the right place. And this is the next part, which is skill 5. And this is helping your prospects become customers or distributors. Okay, there's Grace, who is the company who has the products and the matrix and the commissions to pay us who join, and then we have the distributors, which are the people who get involved with this Grace community. Um, but this skill is a natural byproduct of the follow-up process professionally. So you're following up professionally. You're not following up just at a whim. You're following up professionally. You're finding out that these people who you've given a link to or you've shown, you're just following up to find out. And you're exposing them from exposure to exposure. And after the exposure, our goal of education and understanding, remember, network marketing is just not getting somebody into a company, a business. It's to educate them. See, people just want to ramrod people, just want to throw them on the wall and see if they stick. And that's how some people treat this. And it's not like that. You don't throw the people on the wall, leave them to the next person until they understand, because we are educating and we are helping people understand, and understanding this will, be accomplished, but doesn't mean the prospect will come out and ask you for an order, ask you for an order form, or an application. They're not going to do it. It's your job to guide them to the decision. The key to success in this area is a combination of having good posture, okay, and asking good questions. Good posture means the way you carry yourself, your words, your actions will help your prospect feel more confident, okay, about joining your business or buying a product from you. If you don't have the posture, what will happen is it will plant doubt, seeds of doubt in the mind, because you're not sure about it yourself. And if you're not sure about it yourself, or you have doubt in your mind and you want to go talk to somebody, it's going to come across as doubt in their mind. Whether you say it or not, it's just going to come out this way because of your low self-esteem, because you haven't, every person that you talk to said no. Just remember, this is a numbers game. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's a numbers game. The more no's you can get, go out there and get no's. Be the goal that you're going to get 100 no's before you get one yes. Try it. Just try it. You make your goal 100 no's and then see what happens. Don't make your goal the yeses. Make your goal the no's, because they're going to say, no, I don't want to join you or or do whatever, because they're saying no, K-N-O-W, not N-O. They're saying K-N-O-W, So carry yourself with confidence, This is a great opportunity. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for you to join something. You can make some money other than what you're doing on your job. The job is just over broke, like I said. But, when I got into network marketing in 1992, I'm telling you, the posture I had was pretty bad. I was trying to, get people interested in pursuing the noble goal of basically education and understanding, right? And the prospect could feel my intentions. You might not think they can, but they can, okay? I was very emotionally attached to the outcome. You gotta stop the outcome because it's gonna backfire, okay? It's not gonna work in your favor. I know this. And you can even say, I might have, I was pretty needy, every time I got to this part of the process, I really, really wanted it. And I bet you want it too. You really, really want it. Again, the prospect could feel my emotional attachment, and that actually scared them away. So you wonder why people are being scared away or leaving, because your posture is bad. You have doubt in yourself, and it's going to come out whether you want to believe it or not. You got to get excited. You got to get like some kind of thing that I always said you got to have a why. Why are you doing this? Why? If your why isn't big enough, you'll leave. Every time, you'll leave. You'll look for another shiny object. See, I would, the assumption, that will start to develop in you, people are not going to be interested, okay? And that assumption started to seep into everything, which led to the predictable results of the prospect not joining, okay? You might not think this is something, this is really powerful, and this is really will set you apart from the rest of the people who are out here being posers or amateurs. As not a professional, okay? Most of the time, I wasn't properly prepared, okay? You got to get prepared. I didn't have applications, startup materials, or whatever else was necessary. Think about the subconscious impact, okay, this had on my prospects. It seemed like just about everything I did projected a lack of belief and a lack of professionalism. Okay, instead of asking questions and listening intently to answers, I just talked and talked and talked and talked and talked, thinking that the more I focused on being interested, I was more focused on being interesting than being interested. Okay? Prospects don't like that. No one does, right? Nobody likes that. So again, I followed my pattern of modeling the professionals. Model the professionals. I watched what the best closers did and began to copy them. I interviewed top performers to figure out what they did differently. And slowly, I started to see the flaws in my approach, okay? First, I learned that professionals are emotionally detached from the outcome. In other words, their goal is education and understanding while helping a prospect make a decision that would positively impact their life. Okay? They are the opposite of needy. Okay? They aren't trying to get anybody. They are honestly just trying to help. Second, they are very assumptive in their approach. They expect the person to join because their belief that the opportunity would benefit the prospect is so strong. They're rock solid. Many of them are sincerely shocked when a person decides not to get involved. They're shocked. Third, It is interesting to learn they promote themselves as much as they promote the product or opportunity. What I mean by that is they help the prospect make the decision by saying, "You get me?" When they promote themselves, it isn't like, "I'm going to do everything for you." It is more like, "We have a great product and a great opportunity, but I'm going to take this thing to the top and we can do it together." This gives people great comfort in knowing that they don't have to learn everything on their own. Fourth, they're always prepared, okay? Always. They have everything they need to get the person started right on the spot. And fifth, they ask questions like, they ask question after question and are great listeners. They act like a consultant helping a person with a problem. The best consultants in the world have to ask a bunch of questions before they can get offer a solution. Network marketing professionals use questions as their most powerful tool. As you can imagine, it took me a while to figure out all this out, and that was just half the battle. Okay, it's one thing to have the information, and it's another thing to put it into action. I wasn't as talented as the pros, but I could model what they did. So I just started to act like they acted. I acted emotionally detached. I really wasn't wasn't happening at the very beginning. I started to act very assumptive that people would join. I really wasn't at all at the beginning, okay? I started to tell people, and you get me? Even though I didn't think that it was a huge benefit at the beginning. I was always prepared. I started asking lots of questions, focusing on more of being interested than interesting. And as time went on, I acted less and less and believed more and more. The same can happen for you, okay? Let's talk about questions. If you were a consultant and your job was to figure out if an opportunity was good fit for you or client, what would you do? You'd ask questions, right? In working to help a prospect make a positive decision about your opportunity, you're going to do the same thing. But instead of asking, "What do you think?" which leads to nowhere, learn to ask questions that lead in a positive direction. Did it make sense to you? What did you like best about what you just saw? Pretty exciting, isn't it? Can you see how this could be an opportunity for you? Of these examples, the one I use the most is, what did you like best? The answer to that question is most always positive, and it gives you clues as to the area in which they are most interested. Then I'd like to say, let me ask you a question. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 meaning you have 0 interest and 10 being you're ready to get started and get going right now, where are you? They will give you a number, and it usually obvious from their number that they either need more information before they can make a decision, or they're leaning toward getting started now. If you feel they need more information, just guide them to the next exposure. That will help them. That'll help them the most. Okay? But if you feel they are ready to get started, then ask a series of 4 questions. This 4-question closure has produced strong and consistent results over the course of a lot of people's careers that are pros. If you learn it and use it, you'll be amazed on how many people you can help. Question 1, and we'll get to that in the next video. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you will like, you will comment, and maybe subscribe, because it helps it helps the algorithm, it helps it get out there. I'm hoping that you like this content. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, that's all. And I hope that you'll stay tuned for the next one, which is question 2, question 3, question 4. And we'll do that later. It's a very short video, so this one's a little longer. Have a great day, and make it happen.